Having the moon in Virgo in the first house means that the individual is likely to be attentive, detail-oriented, and analytical. They often analyze their feelings before expressing them, aiming for clarity and precision. This placement suggests a deep need for order, cleanliness, and routine. In relationships, this placement signifies a nurturing and caring partner. They are reliable and like to work on strengthening their bonds by serving their partners in practical ways. However, they can be overly critical and worry too much about perfection, which might cause tension. In terms of career, they are likely to excel in jobs requiring precision, detail, and problem-solving. Roles such as a researcher, analyst, or health worker may suit them. However, they should take care not to become overly absorbed in their work, forgetting to take care of their well-being. Strengths include their practicality, reliability, and attention to detail. They have a great capacity to serve and care for others, often putting others' needs before their own. Nevertheless, their tendency to worry and to be overly critical or perfectionistic are challenges needing attention. For personal growth, learning to focus less on minor details and more on the bigger picture can be beneficial. Accepting that perfection is an ideal, not a requirement, will also be a valuable lesson. Overall, having the moon in Virgo in the first house indicates a thoughtful, reliable, and caring personality with a strong need for order and routine. Having the moon in Virgo in the second house suggests a thoughtful, analytical personality. This individual may be detail-oriented, dedicated, and can be expected to place great value on routine, order, and practicality. They may strive for perfectionism, leading to a tendency towards self-criticism. Care should be taken to remember that everyone makes mistakes. In relationships, they may be dependable, helpful, yet somewhat reserved. They may be most comfortable with partners who appreciate their need for personal space and order. Communication is key because they value exactness and honesty. The influence of Virgo in the second house has potential career implications as well. Careers requiring organizational skills, attention to detail, or analysis may appeal to them. They might excel in roles like accountancy, data analysis, or health-related fields. Strengths of this placement include reliability, a strong work ethic, and analytical skills. However, they may struggle with demands for spontaneity, taking criticism personally, and a propensity towards worry. Overcoming these challenges often involves cultivating self-acceptance and flexibility, as well as managing their inherent tendency towards stress and worry. In terms of personal growth, the lesson here is balance. They must learn to balance their need for routine and perfection with the unpredictability of life. Forgiving themselves and others for imperfections can lead to emotional growth and a more positive outlook. Having the moon in Virgo in the third house suggests a personality that is analytical, practical, and communicative. These individuals are detail-oriented and prefer a systematic approach to life. They often yearn for clarity and understand things deeply because of their keen observation skills. However, they may have a tendency to worry too much about minor details and be overly critical of themselves and others. In relationships, a moon in Virgo in the third house person seeks intelligence, reliability, and stability. They are attentive to their partner's thoughts and often express their love through actions rather than words. They might struggle with openly expressing emotions, which could lead to misunderstandings. Learning to balance their analytical nature with emotions can improve their relationships. In terms of career, these individuals thrive in environments that demand precision, analysis, and communication. Their ability to logically process information and pay attention to detail can contribute to careers in fields like data analysis, editing, or teaching. But their perfectionist nature might lead to stress and burnout. Therefore, it's crucial to balance work and relaxation. The moon in Virgo in the third house position promotes growth through learning to trust emotions and intuition as much as logic. While their love for precision and communication is a strength, it can turn into a challenge when it leads to criticalness or overthinking. By learning to be less harsh on themselves and others, express emotions more freely, and developing patience, they can achieve a more balanced perspective and enhanced personal growth. Having the moon in Virgo in the fourth house suggests an individual with a deep necessity for order, practicality, and routine in their personal, emotional landscape. This person likely thrives in a well-organized environment and could have a meticulous nature. Comfort and emotional security come from being methodical, efficient, and useful. In relationships, this individual tends to be reliable, dedicated, and considerate, showing love through acts of service. However, there might be a tendency to be overly critical or perfectionistic, which could potentially strain relationships. Professionally, fields that require precision, analysis, and practicality, like science, health, or organization, could be appealing. Their nurturing side could shine in roles which involves making a homely environment, like interior designing or real estate. Strengths associated with this placement involve being detail-oriented, loyal, and hardworking. These individuals may also have a unique ability to turn chaos into order. Challenges could involve a tendency to worry excessively, being overly critical or becoming too absorbed in details, neglecting the bigger picture. Potential areas for growth and personal development may include learning to embrace imperfection, not only in themselves but also in others, balancing their analytical mind with emotional intelligence, and realizing that it's okay to loosen the reins of control sometimes. Learning to relax and enjoy life's simple pleasures without feeling the constant need to fix or improve things could be beneficial. With the moon in Virgo in the fifth house, an individual's core personality is analytical, organized, and service-oriented. Virgo moon instills a craving for order and sense of routine. Emotions are carefully processed, making this person good at managing emotional crises. They crave being of help to others, thanks to Virgo's links to service. In relationships, these people are nurturing, reliable, and dedicated, but can sometimes be overly critical due to their analytical nature. They're best suited with partners who appreciate and match their devotion to detail and order. In terms of career, they thrive in roles that allow them to utilize their analytical skills and their need to service others, such as healthcare, administration, or even positions teaching people to better express themselves. Their strengths are practicality, reliability, and their detail-oriented approach to tasks. They possess a unique ability to turn chaos into order and have strong problem-solving skills. However, they might struggle with perfectionism and self-criticism. They may get overly critical of themselves, others, or when things don't go as planned. This can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Their personal growth lessons include letting go of the desire for perfection and learning to relax. They need to understand that it's okay to make mistakes, to not have everything under control all the time. This helps them to grow emotionally and adds flexibility to their character. They can then harness full benefit of their Virgo moon in the 5th house placement, allowing them to turn their challenges into enduring strengths. Having the moon in Virgo in the 6th house indicates a personality that is detail-oriented, diligent, and practical. These individuals like order and routine, and they often express their emotions through acts of service. Their analytical nature may lead to constant self-evaluation and perfectionism. This may make them vulnerable to critical thoughts and worries about their performance in every aspect of life. In terms of relationships, these people tend to be observant and considerate, often anticipating the needs of others. They are typically most comfortable in stable, predictably unfolding relationships and may struggle with unpredictability or emotionally charged conflicts. These traits could make them excellent partners, but their tendency to critique and worry may sometimes strain their relationships. Career-wise, this placement suggests a knack for careers requiring meticulous attention to detail and precision, such as research, analytics, or healthcare. Their strong organizational skills can help them thrive in work environments that demand routine and discipline. However, their intense focus on the details can potentially lead to overlooked big-picture insights. The main strength of this placement is a diligent, practical nature, which is often combined with emotional resilience. On the other hand, a tendency towards self-criticism and anxiety can present challenges. Personal growth would typically involve learning to balance their meticulousness with a broader, more holistic perspective, and managing their propensity for worry. Also, letting go of their compulsion for perfection and embracing the imperfect can be incredibly liberating for these individuals. Having the moon in Virgo in the 7th house suggests an individual with a keen mind that values order, logic, and details. They are likely to be exceptionally practical and analytical, subtly inferring valuable insight from their environment. Their emotions are intertwined with their intellect, colorfully painting the world in thoughtful hues of critical discernment and observant wisdom. In terms of relationships, they desire solid partnerships that provide emotional security. They might often seek partners who appreciate their disciplined nature and refined intellect. They might show their love and care through acts of service, helping their partners in practical ways. Occasionally, their critical eye might strain partnerships due to their high standards or perceived nitpicking. In careers, they thrive in environments requiring precision, analysis, and attention to detail. Fields requiring problem-solving or organizing chaos may appeal. Think research, editing, or project management. Their emotional satisfaction hinges on performing tasks meticulously and serving others. Strengths of this placement include sharp intellect, reliability, and a detailed eye. Challenges might be perfectionism, excessive criticism, and difficulty expressing emotions freely. Personal growth lessons focus on embracing imperfection, both in themselves and others. Balancing their analytical nature with emotional tenderness can bring deeper satisfaction in relationships, both personal and professional. They might also learn to appreciate spontaneity and flexibility, rather than clinging tightly to their structured world. Learning to navigate these polarities can bring a sense of peace to their inherently restless Virgoan energies, harnessing their analytical mind's power without letting it overpower their emotional well-being. A person with the moon in Virgo in the 8th house possesses a serious, analytical nature. They tend to enjoy deep thinking, focusing on detail and figuring out life's mysteries, which can draw them towards careers relating to finance, investment, psychology, or research. In relationships, these individuals might seek partners who mentally stimulate them and offer an emotional sanctuary. Feelings are often expressed through practical acts of service rather than verbal affirmations, which can sometimes be misconstrued by those who perceive love differently. Strengths associated with this placement include a strong analytical mind, diligent work ethic, and pragmatism. These attributes make them adept problem solvers and insightful advisors, valued in both professional and personal settings. One of their challenges lies in overthinking, leading to unnecessary worry or self-doubt. Their practical nature might also make them suppress their emotions, which can obstruct genuine emotional connections with others. For personal growth, they need to embrace the vulnerability that comes with expressing emotions openly. They might also learn to quiet their restless minds to avoid mental exhaustion. Overall, individuals with the moon in Virgo in the 8th house are analytical, practical, and value deep emotional connections despite potential difficulty expressing such feelings. They have the potential for success in careers requiring investigative skills and analytical thinking, while personal growth might involve learning to navigate emotional openness and self-doubt. Having the moon in Virgo in the 9th house suggests a personality that is very meticulous, detail-oriented, and analytical. The influence of Virgo makes this person a natural problem solver, often seeking to improve efficiency in everything they do. They likely have a high drive for learning, especially when it comes to various cultures, philosophies, and big-picture ideas because of the 9th house placement. When it comes to relationships, they desire stability and security, but their analytical nature can sometimes make them overly critical of their partners. They value intellectual stimulation and may seek partners with whom they can share deep and thought-provoking conversations. In terms of career, they may thrive in professions where they can apply their analytical abilities and their love for learning. They may excel in academic settings, in research, or any job where they're required to pay attention to details. The strengths associated with this placement include a keen intellect, strong observational skills, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Challenges may arise from being overly critical, perfectionistic, and, sometimes, having difficulty accepting things they cannot alter or control. Regarding personal growth, learning to balance their analytical nature with emotional understanding can be an important lesson. Valuing people and relationships despite imperfections can also lead to significant personal development. Lastly, they can benefit by channeling their perfectionism into areas where improvement is attainable. Enjoying life without incessant analysis is another growth area that can bring more joy and satisfaction. Having the moon in Virgo in the 10th house suggests a methodical, detail-oriented approach to life. This person likely has a strong need for order, precision, and practicality. They view the world through an analytical lens and are driven by logic, not emotion. This practicality extends into their relationships, where they tend to be somewhat reserved. They are likely to be devoted and reliable, yet may struggle with expressing their feelings, often seeking perfection in their partners. In terms of career influences, this placement suggests good organizational skills and a potential for roles that demand attention to detail, such as research, editing, or project management. The 10th house relates to ambition and public life, indicating their work might hold a significant place in their life. They are likely diligent, hardworking, and ambitious, frequently finding satisfaction in achieving their goals. Strengths associated with this placement include a keen intellect, meticulous attention to detail, and the ability to remain grounded during stressful situations. Challenges might include an overly critical attitude towards oneself or others and a tendency to overwork. Personal growth experiences for those with this placement might involve learning to balance their drive for perfection with a healthy acceptance of imperfections in themselves and others. They could benefit by realizing that emotions, although messy, are a fundamental part of human life, and it's okay not to have everything sorted all the time. Cultivating a more balanced approach towards work and personal life could also be a significant lesson. Having the moon in Virgo in the 11th house suggests personality traits of being analytical, detail-oriented, and goal-focused. Individuals with this placement often prefer their environment to be ordered and have a strong need for efficiency. They are likely to be excellent planners and organizers, adhering strictly to their routines. In relationships, these individuals can be somewhat reserved, taking time to build trust. They value friendships and, although they might not be the most expressive, they show care through actions rather than words. They are loyal friends with a tendency to put others' needs before their own, often acting as the problem solver in their social circles. When it comes to career, placements in the 11th house often suggest pursuits related to humanitarian work, technology, or scientific research. Due to their careful attention to detail and methodical approach, these individuals might excel in career paths that require problem-solving and precision. Strengths associated with this placement include industriousness, reliability, and practicality. However, challenges can arise from their tendency for perfectionism, which can lead to undue stress and anxiety. They might also struggle with expressing their feelings, which can cause misunderstandings in relationships. The personal growth lessons for this placement involve learning to be more open with their emotions and understanding that perfection is not always achievable. It's important for these individuals to discover a balance between their methodical approach to life and a willingness to accept the imperfections of life and people. By doing so, they can achieve more personal satisfaction and make the most of their potential. The moon in Virgo person in the 12th house displays strong instinctual behavior aligned with Virgo's practical and detail-focused nature. They possess a keen intellect, strive for precision and order, and show a tendency towards problem-solving. They can be self-critical and worry often, reflecting their profound sensitivity. In relationships, their inclination towards service can lead them to play a rescuer role, investing energy in fixing their partner's problems. However, their high standards and critical nature may come across as demanding or nitpicking, contributing to relationship difficulties. Career paths for this placement often involve behind-the-scenes roles, where their analytical skills and care for detail can flourish. Suitable fields include research, healthcare, or other service-oriented professions, capitalizing on their desire to help and their attention to detail. Strengths of this placement include analytical thinking, problem-solving skills, attention to detail, and a strong sense of service. Challenges typically involve self-criticism, over-analysis, and a tendency to worry excessively. Personal growth often comes from learning to manage their critical nature, allowing more mercy towards themselves and others. This involves learning to see their own worth, without the need for constant perfection. Understanding emotions as a form of data for growth, rather than a source of discomfort, could also be a significant lesson. They might also benefit from unlocking their spiritual side, tapping into the naturally reflective nature of the 12th house.